I want to talk about some of these aftermarket parts they got these days that are not that great. I'm gonna turn the ignition on this thing so see what the mileage is on that. It's 267,185, and pretty much everything on it works. Now, just want to discuss. This was I put. That's my radio going off. It does that? It's a Sony. Um, the ignition switch. The original one lasted over 20 something years, and changed it out. I don't know, maybe what's this in '99, so maybe 5 years ago. And then I had to do another one about last year. This one has already given me a problem. I found out that I sprayed. You're not supposed to do this. They tell you like with key lock and stuff, you're supposed to only put graphite powder in there. Well, I sprayed WD-40 rust penetrant inside here because somehow something wasn't making connection in the switch itself. But when I turned this on, I noticed this wasn't coming on, and sometimes my wipers and stuff weren't working, and if I jiggled the key, it would work. And I sprayed that stuff in there, everything was cool. So ignition switch, the second aftermarket replacement, that one's no good. Um, Back in 2007, I put, or maybe, yeah, it was June 2007, I put a fuel pump in this car. And then last year, or about a year and a half ago, I had to do another one. So it didn't last as long as the original. Like the original one lasted, way more than 15 years, and then the next one lasted 5 years or something, whatever it was. Well, actually, that lasted pretty good, but still, it didn't last as long as the original. Um, the other thing is this multifunction switch. It's like it doesn't go. It works, but it used to go click click. You have to hold this on to keep your high beams on, right? That is screwed up. That is the second multifunction foot switch replacement. Now, you'll say, well, just get better quality parts. Well, there are no better quality parts. Um, I got videos out on this thing for, about the components under the engine. To make sure you use like a Bosch O2 sensor, Cardone Select brand new distributor, an OEM CPS, crankcraft position sensor, or maybe an NGK. Use the type of plugs. Use iridiums, actually preferred. Even it's about the wires. I found out the ignition wires don't work right. If you get certain brands, they don't work right with the freaking the computer. But now you got other problems. You're lowering the quality on all the parts, and it's like you just can't. You could buy the name brands, but they're shipping them off to some, I don't know, some sweatshop in China or something like that, and they're still getting crappy quality even if you paid a premium price. Because I bought the better one of these type of switches and stuff, multifunction switches. I mean, it still works, but I got another one now. I'm gonna replace it, but I'm gonna probably replace. I got the pin actuator and the switch for this, but this stuff still works now, so I'm not replacing it right away. But I mean, I got it to work again with some redneck type stuff, spraying the WD-40 penetrant in there. But my point is, it's like the quality is going down because what's going on is the corporations are getting the cheapest labor there is, and the CEOs are grabbing the biggest bonuses, just like you see with the Harley Davidson CEO got a $40 million bonus in stocks and stuff. And the guy like in Ford Motor Company, which is many, 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 many times bigger than Harley Davidson, he got a $25 million bonus, which is still freaking way too huge. But a guy that's with a much, 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 much smaller company grabbing $40 million and wrecking the company on top of it. I mean, it's beyond ludicrous. You wonder why everything's screwing up. And the thing is, it's not just a matter of foreign goods. If you take, if you took the best workers from Germany and you stuck them in China in one city, and that was just that factory making stuff, that stuff out of that particular factory would be really good. It has a lot to do with who's doing it. It's not like the geographical location of the earth magically makes something better or worse. It's the actual people. So, as they freaking import more and more foreigners into the United States, and, they hire all this garbage, it's going to the quality's going to go down even if it's made in the USA. So me, I just been, I'm resisting buying any new damn cars or nothing like that. I got my old stuff. I got a 78 El Camino. I got the two old Harleys. I got the 85 Suzuki Jeep thing. And I got this. And I got another Chevy that's a dual fuel, right? Well, I'm keeping the old stuff. I'm not getting any of these. The worst ones now are 2018 and up. I recently just got a top-down Ultra Diag, which is like it'll replace all the keys, does all the diagnostics, it does the dealer interface and all the stuff on the internet. It's a diagnostic tool, and it does some programming, even a little bit of that. And I got all this. I mean, I got some stuff, but I'm not messing around with these new cars because the more features they throw in them, they cut down the reliability. Now, this one I actually was able to get the key code and it was the key code, and there's two codes. One was with the fob, the key fob, and the one was with the skim for the computer, which is this what do you call that? This immobilization thing, a Century key immobilization fob that works with the computer. I got the code for that, and I also got the code for the keys and the remote key fob. So I got that, and I also have a way to get. I got an older computer that I refurbished that'll work with a Chinese-made DRMB2 emulator, so I could actually program the body control module on this. I got 2 transmission control modules. I got 2 rebuilt body control modules, and I got 2 good, the ones in the car, of course, and I got 2 good power train modules. So this car is the one that's got the most computer garbage on it, but I got extras and I got all the stuff to fix it. I am not getting anything new, man. No way in hell. I don't give a crap. If somebody gave me millions of dollars, I'd go out and get a car that was made in 1955, all restored the year of my birth, and I'd be driving that damn thing. I would not buy nothing new. And that same goes with Harleys and stuff like that. So this technology, you can keep it. It's cool for like, internet stuff, communication, exchanging ideas, but stick it in anything that makes car go, it's ridiculous. So anyway, I just want to point out that the only way to stop this is just fix everything yourself as much as possible. Big time, it works the best in general. It's just plain stubbornness, right? But we got a problem with getting parts, and I think I'm not the only one that's saying this. That a lot of the parts made today, the replacement parts made up for the cars, they're really downgrading the quality on them, which is making it more and more difficult to keep the cars rolling because, even if you're a mechanic, what happens is if you replace the part and you do everything right, and 6 months later that part is defective, or 3 months later, you got to replace that part again, and your labor is free. You might get it exchanged, and then you got a pissed off customer. You imagine being a person that's got to try to fix this stuff? Well, you know what it is. Just a few people making loads and loads and loads of money, and everybody else is getting nothing. There's your problem. That's the problem. We got worse feudalism now than we got in the Middle Ages. People don't know it, but that's where it's going.